Hey, my computer
Yeah.
crashed. Welcome to Computer Crashes in the Wilderness.
Probably the worst place for a computer to crash.
Yeah.
Why did you bring your computer out here? There's no internet. You can't plug it in.
There's no tech support in the wilderness.
Just one really angry, like, wild boar.
There's a micro USB connection, which is weird, but everybody's on USB-C now.
Oh my god.
It's a shame.
I think Lissy's supposed to be Carnifex.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Lissy's supposed to be there
I
with
mean, they're
us
all
too.
there.
Yeah, true. We're just prepping for next week.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so... Yes. Something happened. Downstairs. The guard crumbles through and says... Something is attacking through the archives. Meanwhile, back upstairs, Melkesh taps Ferris.
Yeah, Mokesh kind of taps Ferris, and he kind of...
Because Ferris is like halfway to inserting the shard back into his gauntlet.
Yeah, Mokesh kind of watches him do it, and before he's, like, when he's, like, getting to the point where he's, like, about ready to do it, Mokesh just kind of, like, again, doesn't really so much punch him in the knee, as sort of, like, do something, push his knee to get his attention. And there is a thought going on through his head where he basically goes, "Boss, I need something flashy, and I'm spending an icon die."
Alright.
Spending an icon die.
Alright.
The idea is to put enough force against this door to not only open it, but hopefully disorient whoever is keeping that spell in place. But he's kind of left it open to the boss.
Pretty much, there's... Yeah, those. And then... He goes to Malkesh and he goes... Are you using a 6 or...
I'm using a 6.
You're using a 6.
This is important.
Mhm.
It should be my last 6, if I remember right.
And a voice comes in your head and goes... The unnatural death hasn't come to all of these. Yet. There are some close. I can bring them with me. And use the power of them moving between this realm to the other to try to disrupt this spell.
Are they pretty much gone anyway?
Unless you can figure out a way to counteract this spell. It's... This is the magic of the end.
Then we need to get to the person who's able to cast it. No, I think their sacrifices will be worth it.
Slow motion Ferris reaching for the shard of
This is all
prophecy.
it is. Yeah, just the world is slowed down.
Just lots of camera cuts.
They will be safer with me than wherever they would go. And at that
Mokesh
point,
says do it.
you feel the transfer of souls. And you see it come from somebody sitting on a desk. On a bench, you see a younger child who is just curled up around a tree. You see the body that Indra has finally found and has just turned over, and she's thrown off her helmet and just already the look of being so upset on her face is just... But you see the soul come from that body as she flips it. And then you have this power in your hands that you can utilize. And it crystallizes into a green energy crystal.
And Mokesh just kind of walks up to the door and crystal in hand and punches the door, crushing the crystal and releasing it onto the door.
You go in, and you kind of step in and you hit that bubble. And you hit that bubble, and you, just having that crystal in your hand, you feel the effect of it. You feel the power over time that's being influenced, but it doesn't have power over you. It can't aid you till your death. You're there. And you punch the door and collapse this bubble of time.
Winning on technicalities!
And the door opens to the inner garden.
Knock knock.
And you go through, and then you see essentially somebody scrambling back to their feet. And they're holding a child. And you see the shard floating near them. Just absorbing energy.
Are we still in slow time, or is this where everyone else could catch up?
Everybody else can catch up now. The bubble has collapsed when you knocked her to the feet.
I mean, Ferris is making a break for it.
Yeah, Hunhao's right after him.
Gunhild is only just kind of getting it, because the initial shock she put all of her focus on the meeting because she didn't want to just suddenly completely lose focus on that. As Hunhao kind of crushes the door, that's only when she's really starting to get her bearings, and she sees everybody else start to rush off, so she just kind of naturally joins them.
I love how Hunhao did it.
Yeah.
Not the 3-foot tall goblin.
He's got that power.
And
He's got the touch. He's got the power.
she looks up, and you see kind of a hooded figure with horns and the features of kind of a tiefling-like race. And she just looks, no, it's too soon. You were supposed to be there was supposed to be a fight. You were supposed to... I need more time.
That's not my problem, Rakesh says.
Oh, I'm... Just... You can... Just let me finish. Let me finish cutting out the rot, and then you can destroy me, and then you can destroy it. Just... Then we'll be safe.
What rot?
Put the child down.
Oh, no,
Gunhild is like halfway to tackling her, and then kind of has to halt as hard as she can, realizing that they have a child with them.
She kind of puts her as whoever steps forward, she kind of braces and then goes to points, and then kind of the shard spins around her, and I'm not a fighter. And I never was meant to be. I was never meant to be a lot of things. But I will stop you. I won't let you create the break like this.
Right. There's plenty of time to talk if you put the child down.
I've already hesitated too long. If the child lives, she enslaves the kingdom. No, we need to take care of them all. They're all there.
Hold on. So, let me just spitball this. If I'm correct, you put the child down. Okay, got it? Cool? Deal? Okay, you've been getting prophecies through that shard of power that you got, right?
I had to use it more.
Right, but listen to me. You have to understand those are possible scenarios, not guaranteed. What you're doing is killing.
I
Put the child down.
know. I know I've become a killer, and that's why you're here to destroy me. And then
We
you
don't-
have the device that will destroy the shard. It's like the sea captain said.
How do you know? Well, know how you.
Melkesh points to the shard.
Yeah, but
Now,
what happens if we try to destroy it?
I don't know that far ahead. All I know is that with it, you can create the break. And if that happens, we're surely all doomed.
Melkesh looks to Gunhild and kind of motions like, can I kill this one?
Not if we're ready
She-
for it.
Just kind of shakes her head. We need to know more.
She just killed almost all of the nobles of the Empire.
And we need answers for that. If we go in and we kill her, then we have nothing. We just have a
Listen.
bunch of dead bodies on our hands.
These are not regular dead bodies. These are dead bodies that didn't pass normally to the next
And how do you
plane.
explain that to everybody upstairs?
How are we going to explain any of this, Gunhild? We came in with weapons drawn against Indra, and then we told her there's a room of dead people, and guess what? We were right. I don't think Ferris is going to want to start answering questions about the shard anytime soon. How about you?
Fine, none of us have answers, do we?
Nope. All I know is that she was ripping souls out of people at full capacity with no connection to the next realm. That is the magic of the end. That's not of this realm. That's as close to evil magic as it gets.
I don't understand half of what you're saying, but I don't disagree with you.
I say Ferris is like constantly wavering his attention between the Child Emperor and the Shard of Prophecy, trying to figure out which one he wants to try and make a grab for first.
Hunhow's got his laser focus on the kid. He's already assumed a fight stance, but his eyes are on the child and they're not coming off of it.
Hey, look. As I said, just wait. You have more than the ability to clear out what's been summoned here. Then you can destroy it, destroy me, but you have to know, as I said, I wasn't meant to be a fighter, but I will fight you here.
Nobody has to be destroyed.
I wasn't
We don't want to fight.
If
meant
you
to
hurt
be a
that
spy
kid, I'll
mistress.
split you from crown to crotch, I swear.
Oh, no, not now.
I'm sorry, that's...
You're
What's going on downstairs will destroy the Rod and the Crusade, but if this child lives, this... And she's clearly on the verge of tears. I don't want to do it, but it's the only way I can stop the library. I've been trapped in here, trapped inside this dysfunctional politic. They're all too dangerous. One's pushing us too close, and the other will take everything away.
Listen, do you want to die?
I've done too much.
No, that's not what I'm asking. Do you want to die? Because you have a very big option right now where you can literally give us the answers we need to help you stop this, or you can ignore our requests to just talk, continue threatening that child's life, and we will rip you asunder into multiple planes. This is not a threat. This is how this works. Do you think we got through that door by being weak and unable to handle this? Put the child down and talk while we have a moment. In a moment, there are people with much less willing to listen coming through that door. And our ability to help becomes nil. So if you want to solve this and move beyond this day, because I believe you want to help. But if you hurt that child instead of talking with us, there is no help.
Look, what is your name?
And she actually looks confused when she thinks about her name. My name is Ilya. Lived a very long time. Maybe it's time to die.
Well, you must have been a very powerful and important person in order to withstand that, and he kind of gestures towards the shard.
Quick, the dogs are coming.
Just a really quick out of character thing. Is that a name we should be familiar with? It
Yes.
sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah.
She's Cyril's ancestor. I don't know if
Yes.
mother or
Okay, that's why it's coming back.
she was part of the original coalition to seal the demons away. She brought you guys back into the past, or that was her plan, right?
Right.
No, you're still gonna do it. I'll give the child if you destroy the shard. I know you can do it.
Mr. Ferris, any objections?
I was told you can do it. But the child can't stay here. The child has to go missing. The child can't be the Emperor.
Well, if we're going to destroy this shard, Ferris takes a cautious step forward and removes his current shard from his chest pocket. We might as well destroy this one as well.
2. Yes. 2. We can get rid of almost all of it. This is not like what? No. Does this change things? You don't have the device.
I can bring it here.
Oh. I'm
I can bring it
sorry.
here right now if you want.
There's 2. There's 2. Give it to me. Give me the second one.
Ferris
Give
kind of
it.
pulls back.
And then she pulls herself back and just. She just looks at the shard and then looks, and then she kind of stumbles forward and then thrusts the baby into Hunhao's arms. I couldn't do it. There's many things I've begun, but I could not be a child killer.
Lakesh turns around and just looks at the other room and thinks about all the bodies, including the child wrapped around the tree.
But I'm sorry. I think I've lost control.
No, there's still a chance.
And
you
with-
have to be able to resist. You've held on for so long.
And she just looks. Have I? Was this just the outcome they needed? And pretty much you can feel her channeling the power of the stone into herself.
At this point, Hunhow's got the child cradled close to his chest, and he's basically flipped the broadside of the Macahuitl so it acts as a shield to protect the child.
Gunhild is already charging at her just as strongly as possible, just full speed.
She... The child can live, but you need to... And then she'll take more of a aggressive stance. And we'll find out about this fight next week on Voices in the Wilderness.
Do-do-do-do.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Bah.
To which I guess she's gonna have to just body Gunhild because Gunhild won't be here.
Yeah,
Gunhild
that's
just
gonna be a
bounces
problem.
off.
It'll be close.
Alright, and tune in on
Magic something or other.
and tune in on Tuesday for Adderjäger at 9:30 Eastern Daylight Time.
Yes.
Have a good night, folks.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
And I have to
Good
turn
night.
off the stream.